Take 703. I should like turn on a fan and have the hair blowing me away. I have a fan right here, but I'm not going to do that.
Hi guys, I'm Pallak and welcome back to another video of Discovering Horizons, where in each week we try to learn a new skill or try a different thing. So for this week's video, we're going to be trying bullet journaling with Pallak. This video is extremely special because I'm going to be joined by a very good friend of mine, Lavanya, who has been bullet journaling like a pro for about 3 years now. She also happens to be one of the most creative and hardworking people that I know. So she's going to be helping me in explaining to you what a bullet journal is and how we can start our very own.
Hi, I'm Lavanya and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my experience with bullet journaling. I've been journaling for the last 3 years or so and it's been a really great experience. Bullet journaling is a way to stay organized creatively. It's a completely personalized planner that caters to your specific needs and interests. This is one of the reasons why I love bullet journaling so much, because it offers me complete flexibility and control over what actually goes into the journal. With pre-designed or store-bought journals, you often find pages for things that you don't actually want to be tracking, or there's not enough space to put in things that you personally care about. So yeah, I really enjoyed having complete control over my journaling process.
So today we will be setting up our bullet journal. I will walk you through all the basic standard layouts, and keep in mind that you can customize this as much as you want to make it as comfortable as possible for you to use. Starting with the choice of journal, a dotted journal is used the most for bullet journaling. However, if you are more comfortable with a grid, ruled or unruled, or even a combination of all of these, then go ahead with that. Moving on to the setup, the first page that I'm making is the index page. Now I am just using a brush pen to write the word index and then going over it with a fine liner. I will fill this page in as and when I make the other layouts. Next, I'm making the most important page, the key. This will be used throughout the bullet journal. So for my key, I'm just using a dot to mark all work-related tasks, a dash to mark all the personal tasks, an arrow to mark all the migrated tasks, a heart to mark any note, inspiration or idea, an exclamation mark for deadlines, and a triangle for meetings and events. You can add more symbols according to your needs. On the other side, I am making a future log or a goals page where I can list and track all of my goals for the year. I am further dividing this into work and personal goals. Next up is the annual log or the calendar. So first I divided the page into 8 equal sections, and I am making this only for the next 6 months. So I quickly wrote off the names of all of the months on top of the boxes and then marked one box for birthdays and one for events. After this, I filled in the days and the weeks to complete my calendar. Next, for the monthly log, I first wrote down the name of the month, July, and then I'm making a page to track all of my monthly goals. On the other side, I made a full page calendar to mark any special events or days. Also, my journal was extremely small, so I do not have enough space to write anything in those columns, but you can play around with the layout. Next up, for the daily log, I once again divided my page into 8 equal sections and then wrote the date on top of each section and made one column for notes. Now you can make this date-wise or week-wise, whatever works better for you. Once my layout was completed, I started filling it in with my to-do list. Using the symbols according to the key, I wrote down all of my tasks for the day, and once I completed those, I colored the symbols in. And in the case that I do not complete a task on that particular day, I write it on the next day using the migrated task symbol. You can also use different colors or brush pens to color the symbols in. Once all my basic layouts were made, I went into the index page and added them there. So now that we have our basic setup done, let's move on to adding a couple of trackers and lists. Let's start with a habit tracker. This is usually used to keep a track of all of the things that you're supposed to do every single day, or if you're trying to inculcate a new habit, then this is used to solidify and track that. For the layout, I made one large column to write the habit down and then 31 small columns to mark every single day of the month. After that, I went ahead and wrote down all the habits that I wanted to follow every single day under the big column. And then on the first, I went ahead and colored all the boxes of the habits that I followed that day and then followed this same method all throughout the month. This way you can easily track and assess all the habits that you kept up for that month. Next up, I made a mental health or a mood tracker. So for the layout, I kept it the same as the previous one, but instead of the habits, I wrote down the names of all the months. Next, I made a key to keep a track of all my emotions. For example, I chose yellow to signify happiness, blue for sad, orange for neutral, and so on and so forth. You can choose any emotion and any color that you like. And to fill it in, if on Jan 1st I was feeling happy, I'd color that square in with yellow. And then you can do this for the rest of the year to track your mental health or mood. Always remember that a bullet journal can be as simple or extensive as you want it to be. You can also add in lists. I made one for books and travel. So I just made a basic layout and then added all the books and places that I wanted to go. And if I had read the book or gone to that place, I just colored the symbol in with a brush pen. So today I'm going to be taking you through the processes that I use in my bullet journal, which is a little different from the standard ones, but I think that they work better for me and maybe you'll find them helpful. So this is my bullet journal. This was actually gifted to me by Lavanya. It's got ruled pages, some dotted pages, blank black pages, grid pages, and blank perforated sheets. To give you a flip through, I used the ruled pages to write my work notes and video scripts. I used the dotted sheets to take down notes of any new skills or things that I'm learning. The black pages are for lists. Currently, I've written down all of my video ideas here. And I use the grids for my to-do lists, daily logs, and tasks. Finally, I use the blank perforated pages to make index cards that I take out of the journal. For my daily logs, I divide the pages into 8 equal sections and then write down the dates and the days. I usually follow the pattern from Monday to Sunday. After that, I assign a different color to each day. As you can see, I do not follow the standard layout of bullet journaling, but this system seems to work best for me, which is the whole point of a bullet journal, to find a specific system that works best for you. I love that there are no rights and wrongs. Now to fill in my to-do list, I am following the symbols according to my key and I am filling in all the tasks that I have to do in a particular day. And to show you how I use the colors, I'm going to show you my layout for this week. So if I've completed a task on Thursday, I will use the color pink, which is the color for Thursday, to fill in the symbol for the task. Even if the task was listed for a previous day, but I have completed the task on Thursday, I will still use the color pink to fill it in. Following the same system for all the tasks that I finished on Friday, I will color all of them in using green. And this is the system that I've been using for ages now. So as you can see, my bullet journal is very simple, very to the point, but that is what works for me. On the other hand, Lavanya's is very colorful and creative, as you will see now.
So I'm going to show you a little flip through of what's in my journal. I have a mood tracker, just a yearly tracker. And then this is my month spread, which remains pretty standard throughout. I have my classes divided by color, a habit tracker, my chores, my sleeping schedule, and yeah, it's pretty much the same for every month. And as you can see, like, my February tracker is pretty average because I was so busy and I didn't have time to make one, but it served its purpose. So what I've learned over the years with bullet journaling is that it's a process that takes quite a bit of commitment, but it's also really rewarding. You get as much out of it as you put in. And I completely understand the fears of before taking that first step of starting your journal. Maybe you feel like you can't commit to a whole year of journaling, or that you're not artistically talented enough to make beautiful spreads, but that doesn't matter. I feel like if you're interested, just like go for it and see where it takes you. Sometimes I'm having a really busy month at college with classes and I just don't have time to make a great spread, and it's like really average looking, but it keeps me on track. It really helps me stay focused and organized, and I think that's what matters. A bullet journal is meant to be more functional than beautiful. So yeah, I would like, to anyone who's interested in maybe starting a journal but is kind of scared to start, just go for it. And we're under lockdown. There's no better time.
So, bullet journaling has been quite a fun process for me. I think it's helped me keep a track of all of my to-do lists, thoughts, ideas, everything in one place, and I find that extremely helpful. Finally, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, then please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and comment down below what skills you'd like for me to try, and I'll see you next time.